The ESBN Retro Series is on the air. Live from Chi-Town, the IR-05 Series. Tony Trapasso up in a booth with you tonight. Going to be joined shortly by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, chief cook and bottle washer for the ESBN IR-05 Series. Now, for those of you who have been following along, what we're looking at, it's a continuation of the ESBN Retro Series. We ran the oldest car in the fleet last season. We are now stepping up to a little more modern car. What you're seeing is a car that was originally released in 2003 under the banner of the Indy Racing League with the designation of IR-05 from the Dallara Corporation. Minor aero tweaks and different packages that were offered. The aerodynamic update that we're currently seeing ran from 07 to 2011, actually, with the designation of IR-05, which is actually the first Indy car that iRacing scanned. This was the predecessor to what later became the DW12, the previous generation. So we're 2 generations back from the current Indy car that you'll be seeing on Tuesday and Wednesday nights with the Indy Elite Series and the Top Fuel Racing Series, respectively. Now, that being said, what we've got going on here tonight, 125 laps from Chicagoland Speedway in lovely Joliet, Illinois. The crown jewel of the Midwest, if you will. Just a simply gorgeous track. If you ever get a chance to visit it in real life, I would highly suggest doing so. Do need to take a quick moment to remind you that tonight's overlay being brought to you by PZ Overlays. Paul Zota providing some of the most beautiful overlays in all of iRacing. And more information on how you can get your own, you can get a hold of Paul on his Facebook page. That's Paul Zota, PZ Overlays. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention our good friends over at pH Aware. Pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose terminal illnesses on the planet, due to the fact that it masks itself as so many other terminal illnesses. By the time doctors can put all the pieces together, the only thing that's left is really a double lung transplant. So for more information on how you can get more pH Aware, we ask that you go to phaware.global. And while you're at it, next time you're filling out your driver's license form at the DMV, go ahead and check that little box that says organ donor, because you could save a life someday. So that's not what we wanted. Take a quick look at your top 5. Wow. Kieran Bergelli going on a wild one there, coming off a 2. Scotty Brinson currently sitting at the top of the pile. Hot laps underway right now. And new paint scheme for, well, everybody, but that's a sharp-looking Make 7 Up Yours paint scheme for our good friend Paul Crumry. Bergelli getting up to speed in the Klein's Tools car. That's Will Freeman rocking the Navy paint scheme. So some new names here this week, getting ready to fire off. Now, if you'd like to get involved, I would like to point out that in iRacing, this is one of the free content cars. And we will be going to quite a few free content tracks. So, something to be mindful of. As about 6 seconds left in the hot lap session, and we're going to jump straight into qualifying. 4 laps ready to go into the books. So let's see who's going to be the first one to roll it. Looks like Nate Seifert going backwards down pit road. What are you doing, Nate? Wrong gear. Chris Beam. Good to see Chris making a return. There is Jeff Hollingsworth. I believe that's a Sprite car? Yes, it is. So Clash of the Cola cars here tonight with Hollingsworth rocking the Sprite paint scheme and Crumry rolling for 7-Up. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two kids play together. Bergelli out on track right now. Seifert out on track right now. Mark Walker making his way out on track right now. Kevin O'Brien rolling, Marcus Hagman, Paul Crumry rolling, Connor Ojeda finally rolling, your defending series champion from the Lotus 79 series. And first couple of times clicking in, Bergelli at the top of the pile. Seifert right on his tail, though, 13 thousandths of a second behind him. Jeff Hollingsworth is only another 37 thousandths off of him. So, time's starting to come in hot and heavy now. As that is Walker running the Harley Davidson paint scheme, going fourth quick. And Bergelli done. Seifert tags the wall. Hollingsworth goes fourth quick. Walker up to second quick. The sensational Swede rocking the Pioneer paint scheme. It's currently sitting ninth quick. Connor Ojeda, your defending series champion. Oh, Connor, no. No, son, no. You're going to have to figure something out for that. Currently sitting 10th quick. Marcus Hagman jumped up to second quick. And Bob Riley, new name to the series, rocking the Miller High Life. Danny Sullivan colors. Currently sitting 6th quick. Love that paint scheme. Well, Freeman rolling out on track right now. Again, U.S. Navy colors on that, number 8. We're going to follow along with him to see what... actually, we're going to go on board with him. I'm being told we've got a helmet cam, so this is what he's seeing right now. And that effort good enough for 6th quick. As Scotty Brinson finally rolling it. Or not. Gonna try that one over. First runner-up in points from last season, Johnny Antonucci. Out on track right now. Let's follow along with John and see what he can come up with here for qualifying lap. That's good enough for 12th quick on his out lap. Scotty Brinson goes 15th quick on his out lap. And Dave Lodi in the Newman Haas scheme, loving it. Currently coming around to take the green for his out lap. And Antonucci jumps up to 10th quick on his second lap. Brinson to 3rd quick. As Lodi hugging that low line. Coming through 3 now. See what kind of time he can lay down on his flyer. Using all of the apron. That's going to improve him to 7th quick. So 17 cars scheduled to do battle here tonight. Just waiting on Rolf Just to roll it. And I'm thinking that was Lodi's first lap as he eats the grass on his second lap. That might negate that lap there. Waiting to see. And yes. Going to negate that lap, so not going to improve his time. So just about 2.5 minutes here left in the qualifying session. 16 cars have taken time. So joining me now in the booth, chief cook and bottle washer of the ESBN IR05 Series and the entire Retro League in its entirety, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Sam, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm very excited. As it happens, enjoying a nice bit of rest after the hard day's work. But I'm here and very excited to see this new series kick off here tonight at the Joliet Illinois Raceway. Eager to see who can come out on top in this one, because this is different cars and different circumstances here this time. This
car is vastly different than what we just saw with the Lotus 79. For starters, you have sequential shifting. You have all the electronic goodies such as paddle shifting, and a lot of in-car adjustments are available if it wasn't a fixed setup series. And all in all, this car doesn't try to kill you every lap like the IR-79, the Lotus 79 used to try to do.
Absolutely, and it even has a pit limiter, so that'll please a few drivers.
Oh, that'll please a lot of drivers, because that was the biggest gripe that we heard for the first handful of races. Or, you know, whenever somebody new would come in, like, "Where's the pit speed limiter? It's not activating." There isn't one, you jackass. So.
Yeah, this is slightly delayed. After last week, we had to witness the Super Bowl, so...
No, we didn't.
Well, everybody else wanted to witness it, but last week the season was meant to start at Long Beach, but we had to cancel that one and start with Chicagoland instead. But
we didn't cancel Long Beach, we just postponed Long Beach to later in the season.
Well, I've replaced Long Beach with another race later in the season at a different venue, so people don't complain.
Please say Donington. Please say Donington.
No.
Darn you.
Belle Isle.
Need to buy it. Anyways. People
are going to die.
Oh, yeah. No, that's safe bet. So let's take a look. Oh, we're going to hell. Let's take a quick look at our starting lineup. Get that out of the way. Starting up on the point, the California kid, Mr. Kieran Bergelli, unofficial track record, 25.489. He's going to be joined with Ohio's own Mark Walker. Row number 2 is going to go to Florida native Scotty Brinson. He's joined with the Midwest Invader of Paul Crumry. Nate Siefker and Jeff Hollingsworth make up row number 3. Row 4 is going to go to rookie Dave Lodi and another rookie, Will Freeman. And row number 5 is going to see Bob Riley and Marcus Hagman. Sam?
Row number 6 will see a man returning to the series. That's Mr. Matt Burkhart. And runner-up in points in the Indy Classic Series, that is Mr. Johnny Antonucci. That makes up row number 6. Tyler Vickery and Connor O'Hader make up row 7. Remember, Connor O'Hader, the reigning Lotus 79 champion. Row 8 will be Chris Bean and Kevin O'Brien. And starting shotgun on the field will be the resident German, Mr. Rolf Just.
So 17 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight. Bear with us because it's new cars, new paint schemes, and it's going to be fun and exciting to see who's driving what and who's going to do what, because these cars handle so vastly different than what we just experienced with the Lotus 79. Now, again, a lot of drivers have experience in this car. Some more than others, some none at all. And I'll let you figure out who's who as the series moves forward.
Speaking of figuring out who's who, we do have a duplicate paint scheme out there.
Ah, crap.
We got 2 sprite schemes out there. One belonging to Jeff Hollingsworth, the other one belonging to Matt Burkhart.
Okay.
Just as a pointer out, Jeff Hollingsworth has the blue camera on the top of his car, whereas Matt Burkhart has the yellow camera on the top of his car. So that's how you can tell the difference between the two. And
in case you're wondering what the different color cameras mean, that is their iRacing license level. A is blue, B licenses are green, C licenses are yellow, D's are orange, and rookies are red.
And we have no reds in this field.
We have no reds and we have no orange in this field.
Nope.
So 125 laps of scheduled distance, and I don't know if Sam, if you're aware of the pool that's going on right now, but I have lap 90.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways, field working its way into the 3-4 complex, getting ready to kick off the inaugural IR-05 season. Bergelli going to have the button as the pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn. The only thing that's left is Grandpa Papa Viagra. It's time to get it on in Joliet.
Yeah. One rule I did make in this race tonight is that the apron is off limits here tonight during the race. They were allowed to use it during qualifying, but they are allowed to use it during the race. And Bergelli off to one hell of a start there.
Bergelli got a huge jump, and I almost got to think that with who's stalking behind him, it might have been too big of a jump because they're still close enough to catch the draft off of him. And that, of course, is Scott Brinson in the orange car, Mark Walker in the silver car, and Nate Siefker in the white and purple, which we need to get Siefker a new paint scheme for that car.
He does have a new paint scheme. With that, you need to update. You need to refresh your trading pencils. Where it actually got
son of a bitch.
A blue and white car.
Okay. Thanks, Trading Paints. I hate you.
But anyway, side-by-side action between Dave Lodi and Jeff Hollingsworth right now. Lodi on the bottom, Hollingsworth at the top. And I can say that's Jeff Hollingsworth because, again, you can see that blue camera on the top of his Sprite machine. Will Freeman making his debut here tonight in the Navy machine in the number 8. I bet you're glad to see the number 8 on a different type of car this time around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nothing against Paul Crumry, but that gets so confusing. So, and speaking of Paul Crumry, I think we just lost Paul Crumry.
No, he's back. He's back.
Oh, there he is.
He had a bit of a blink there.
A bit of a blink?
A big blink.
Dude, that was a pepper spray blink.
Kevin O'Brien dropping to the back there. Rolf just ahead of him. No pun intended. I am going to hell.
We also need to get Connor O'Hara a new paint scheme.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Anywho.
Award for the best paint scheme out there going to Tyler Vickery.
Well, let me find Tyler.
Right.
I can't argue with that statement.
Rocking the PH Aware and Ride to Give scheme.
Cannot argue with that statement. Two very good charities. Ride to Give donating a ton of money to children's research centers around the world, and PH Aware, one of the charities that is close to our hearts as broadcasters. Sam, we have a good friend who unfortunately suffers from pulmonary hypertension. As we've got a new leader, a battle for the lead. Siefker with a nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 3, and finally trading paint refreshes. Tell me those both don't say Klein Tools on them.
You want to know what it says on the
Siefker's car?
Dunlap something. No.
Hold on.
I can't read it. I need to go to a different
Dunder
camera.
Mifflin.
Yeah, that's the one. Dunder
Really,
Mifflin.
Nate? Really?
And he said he was going to bring it up if he gets interviewed tonight. So be warned.
Oh crap.
Anyway, Brigelli looking to the outside of Siefker, not able to make it work so far. Siefker making that bottom line work to his advantage here. Mark Walker back up to third. Scott Brinson's falling back like a stone right now.
If I had to venture a guess, I'm thinking Scotty saw how racy they were getting towards the front and just kind of, he's giving himself an out.
Yeah, Paul Crumroy still having a bad case of the blinkies here as he's sticking to that outside line.
And according to my screen, missing his front wing.
Yeah, mine too. It's looking on mine as well.
Oh, you gotta love the net code that iRacing throws at us. Now the question is, when the inevitable happens, are we going to get a breakdancer tonight? And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's a glitch, or there has been a glitch for a long time with this particular car in iRacing, that if you crash it hard enough, it'll go into an uncontrolled series of flips and spins because the physics engine just basically gives you the bird and says, F you, I don't know what to do with this car right now because you've just hit something very hard. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, Brigelli getting it all wrong there. Let's see if we can back it on the outside. And see if he gets that lap, but Brigelli, if it wasn't for that mistake, he would have been out in front right now.
And look who's making a charge on that inside line as well. Captain Cola himself, Paul Crumry.
Still missing his nose.
Still missing his nose. Thanks, iRacing.
Hey, it's back. It's back.
Hey!
I remember you calling a race at Kansas the one time and one guy was missing his nose. I think it was he should not be mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Missing the nose for the entire race.
Yeah. Yeah, I led a few laps of that race before the inevitable oops happened.
No, that wasn't an inevitable oops. That was somebody stepping on your junk for you.
Yeah. That seems to be always be the case. Anyway, everybody's still quite bunched up here. Well, I shouldn't have been told because I sorted this setup, but as the tyres get older, the car gets more pushy, so you won't be seeing pack racing for too long here.
As we are 15 laps into this fuel stint, starting lap 16.
Yeah.
And the aero push is going to become real relatively soon here as Crumry dropping to the low side of the track, having bad connection issues.
Yeah, they're really starting to hurt him now, and he's decided to drop to the back now. Interesting
little snippet of information. The driver of the 97 Sprite car, and I'm glad you're sitting down when I tell you this, Sam.
Yeah.
Jeff Hollingsworth is actually using his cell phone as a Wi-Fi connection to race on iRacing.
Oh, I've done that before. When I was first racing with the IndyCar Speedway League, I was using a cell phone connection, so I know how that feels. I know how it feels.
Yeah, it's one of those pucker moments every time you glance at the little sliders at the top of your screen and you watch everything go into the red. You're like, oh crap, somebody's trying to call me and it's going straight to voicemail right now.
Meanwhile, we've got somebody that's making a move. That's Dave Lodi. He's already up to the top 3 now and chasing the top 2 down hard. Good run on his debut tonight so far.
So far, so good. I'm kind of impressed with this rookie class that we've got. And I say that when I say rookie class, I'm not talking about, guys that just... It's everybody's first race in this car, in this series. But of the core group of people that are on the track right now, most of them ran with us in the Lotus 79s. There's only a handful of names. For example, Lodi, Riley, Freeman, and Rolf Just are the only names that are popping out to me that did not run a single lap with us in the Lotus 79s.
No, they didn't.
So, it's impressive to see where these guys are running. They're kind of feeling it out right now. And that's really all you can do, as it looks like... Is that... Oh, that's Scotty Brinson falling back. I saw an orange car, and I wasn't sure if it was Brinson going backwards or Ojeda coming forwards.
Yeah, he's falling backwards. He's got Freeman to his outside, almost to his outside, as Bob Riley gets around him as well. So, yeah, Brinson's starting to fall back here. You can see how close the racing's getting up at front. So, he's just taking a cautious step here and just dropping backwards into some clean air.
Still very impressive with what these guys are able to do. Working lap 23 of 125 currently. Everybody showing a lot of respect. Everybody giving a lot of room. A lot of give and take, which you don't see a lot of in other leagues. So my hat's off to everybody on the track right now of taking it easy and using their heads.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how the green flag pit stops are going to go, because remember last time we were here, Tony, one person tried to pit and that just created one hell of a melee.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. I
would have said the bastard child of a train wreck and a dumpster fire, but yeah, melee works too.
And it actually involved the man that's leading right now.
Yeah. Thanks, Nate.
Speaking of leading though, Brigelli's still got a nose out front there. Just ever so slightly, but he's getting the better runs coming out of turn 4, and that's how he's able to stay out of him. But Brigelli might have it this time round, and he does.
Well, here's the thing, and it's one thing I've been noticing the last couple of laps. They're starting to get some rubber laid down in that second lane, and with the tire wear... With what the tire wear is doing, that second lane's starting to come in, because you're pinching the car down and you're not able to really get the runs off the corners like you want to on that low lane.
Yeah, Conor Ojeda, the first one to blink, making his pit stop as Seifka's just called his pits.
Tyler Vickery just went into pit.
Yeah, and the drivers have to be careful coming out of pit road, because pit road exit is very slippery, and they can loop it if they hammer the accelerator too hard. It
looks like Hollingsworth's going with here. Oh, there it is! Brigelli gets turned. Seifker gets run over.
Lodi spins as well.
Well, let's go back and take a look, and boom, there it is. Walker just blasts Seifker. So Seifker probably going to need to burn his fast repair here. Thinking there might be some suspension damage. I know there's some rear wing damage. And with the new iRacing update, they will not, as Walker slips through his pits, they will not fix that wing until the car is off the jack. So if he's taking tires, that's going to extend his pit stop. And yeah, that's really hurting that wing change.
It didn't change his wing. He's still got a damaged rear wing as he's coming out of pit road now. And Brigelli finally makes his way out of pit road. Leading Scott Brinson deciding to take it pit side now. So with all that melee going on pit road, that's going to leave Brinson in the catbird seat, as everybody else behind him is actually only just making the way out of pit road as Brinson. Oh, Brinson gets it wrong coming out of pit road.
Brinson got it wrong, and look who is in the lead now. The young gunner in the 24, Mr. Tyler Vickery, shows the way.
Yeah, and I did warn the drivers that it is very slippery out of pit road and they need to be careful.
Well, apparently nobody listened because Tyler is off to the races.
Yeah. 2 seconds to the good over. Jeff Hollingsworth is now to second. Will Freeman on his debut up to 3rd place. What a run he's having so far. He's up to 3rd place. He got in and out of pit road very cleanly. And now he can set his sights on trying to close down on Jeff Hollingsworth. But that really separating the field, all that going on in pit road there.
The closest battle right now is between Bob Riley and Mark Walker, as that is your battle for 4th.
Battle for 7th heating up as well.
Battle for 7th heating up between the defending series champion Conor Ojeda in the
McLaren,
the deep orange car, the sun-kissed car of Scotty Brinson and Scott's teammate Paul Crumry. So it's the clash of the cola cars. And Kevin O'Brien right there in the mix too. So Conor Ojeda is in some very deep trouble right now, as he has 3 members of Rated R Racing all around him. So good luck, Conor.
And Kevin O'Brien driving the Elemental car. I say Elemental car because he's got the gold Element AU on his car. Oh, that's clever. He's Australian.
I like that. That's very clever. Let's get a closer look at that one. Yeah, that's.
And the car's painted gold as well.
I see that. A little gold leaf there in the yellow. So, hats off to you, sir. And as I've heard said numerous times, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Anyways, back up at the front.
Oh, the gap's come down considerably.
The gap has come down very considerably. I believe that's Dave Lodi. And it is Lodi a lap down in between Tyler Vickery, who's showing the way, and you can just see there's this at the top of the screen. You'll see the sprite colors of Jeff Hollingsworth behind him.
Yeah, as Lodi gets around Vickery, that's going to leave the door open for Hollingsworth to close the gap even more now. So Vickery could be in a bit of trouble here, but catching is one thing, as we always say, and passing is completely another.
He is, but with this early in the event and this early in the series point standings, I'm thinking Tyler's just going to be happy to get out of here with a good points night and start the season off on a strong showing. Yeah,
Jeff Hollingsworth, early points leader in the Indy Classic Series in the Lotus 79. Unfortunately, having to drop out for personal reasons. Would like to get himself back to the top of the scoring board this time round and started off with a win. Last time we saw him in an IndyCar, he won at Homestead in the Top Fuel Racing Series, so he knows how to get it done in these IndyCars, but we've never seen him in an IR05 before, so will he translate that over to this car?
We shall see, as again, this is one of the closest battles on track, as Riley and Walker still slugging it out for 4th. They're just under 2 seconds behind Will Freeman, who sits in third. And Freeman is almost 3.5 seconds off of Hollingsworth, so that's kind of a non-battle there. But this one, these guys are all over each other.
Crumry and Ojeda still slugging it out for 7th place as well. Marcus Hagman trying to close in on Riley and Walker as well. So Hagman's not completely out of the picture either. He's just sitting there in 6th place, just behind, about a second behind Riley. So he's trying to close the gap. Albeit, the only problem is those two are drafted in front of them, and he's on his own. So
yeah, kind of a man on a lonely island right now.
Yeah, and the battle's starting to heat up for the lead as you see Lodi and Chris Bean having a battle for position as well. That's for 16th and 17th. Both of those guys having problems in pit road, the biggest problems in pit road, and
actually that's not for position, Sam, as Bean is 1 lap down to Lodi.
Okay, so Bean needs to get around Lodi in order to avoid getting the wooden spoon here. Well, he needs to get a lap back in as well. So
the wooden spoon.
Yeah, it's a term for being the last place. If you get a lap,
being spanked, I'm assuming.
No, that's a prize. It's a wooden spoon.
Oh.
The winner gets the gold trophy. The loser gets the wooden spoon.
Okay.
It's a British thing.
We just hand you a used toilet seat over here.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure which I would want less, the wooden spoon or the toilet seat.
Rather used toilet seat, you get more chance of an STI. Anyway, moving on.
Anyways.
Conor Ojeda falling back into the clutches of Kevin O'Brien right now. He's starting to lose the back of Paul Crumry. Scott Brinson's got problems. He's back in pit road again. I'm not sure what's the issue here, but it looks like he's going off sequence here and
going very off sequence. About 10 laps short.
The only Ford in the field tonight, by the way.
Well, the good news about Ford is they circle the problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get your hate mail coming, folks.
And just going back to the battle for the lead here, Tyler Vickery and Hollingsworth there. Hollingsworth has caught him, but not able to get around him. As you see, the lap traffic in front of them really putting a blocker on proceedings.
Well, when you take a look at what's going on there, you've got Bean and Lodi punching a huge hole in the air, and then Vickery taking what's left of the air. Hollingsworth has got to be kind of tiptoeing right now to make sure that car stays under him. And he's not really in any pressure right now because he knows he's 3.5 seconds to the good over Will Freeman. And there's still a ton of racing left to go. As we're getting ready to start lap 48 of 125.
Yeah, Vickery's still your leader.
You know, one thing I would like to point out to everybody, no, you're not seeing things. There is not really a back, quote-unquote, straightaway here at Chicagoland.
No, it's like one big circle here. If you take a look at some certain points when they go down the backstretch, I mean, if you take a look at them now, they're coming down it now. If you look at it from a certain angle, it's one big curve, so it's not exactly straight. So, like I said, you are pretty much going around in a circle the whole time.
Well, let's see if we can pick it up from the helmet cam we've got on Jeff Hollingsworth. And just watch his hands. And right now he's in severe fuel saving mode as he's in 6th gear just riding. And you can really see it as he comes off of 2 that it's you can make it a straight line, but the track itself just doesn't stop turning.
Oh.
As he's coming through the front stretch now. Let's take a quick look when we get coming out of 2. You can really see it. Watch the wall. As you see that, yeah, it
curves.
It curves. You know, like throwing a hook down a bowling alley.
Yeah. As we've had our first retirement of the night, Tony, Chris Bean has called it a night. He's out of the car and in pit road.
Do you want to talk to Chris about his debut?
No, we'll let him just stew for a bit.
Okay.
Just let him calm down a bit, because I know it's the first race of the season, but emotions can still run high.
Fair enough, fair enough. So we are back live with the front of the field as Hollingsworth, again, just riding right now. And with the fact that he's staying in 6th gear leads me to believe that there's a good possibility that he's going to try to fuel mileage this.
Yeah, Rolf Just and Nate Seifka also having a big battle there for 9th place, with Matt Burkhardt and Kieran Begelli having a battle of their own right behind them. So we've got nice little battles kicking off all over the track, as Jeff Hollingsworth did have the lead there. Tyler Vickery is in pit road. He's made the move. He's going to be the first of the leaders to blink and bring a pit side.
And Bob Riley going with him.
Yeah, and now they've all got some separation. We can actually see some pit stops without the oops is happening.
Yeah.
As Nate Seifka and Johnny Antonucci just called their pits. Connor Hayder and Scott Brinson both 2 laps down.
They both have already pit twice. Brinson is 9 laps onto his stint, and Ojeda 4 laps in. So Ojeda was actually the first one to blink, put him a lap down. Tyler Vickery now a lap down as well. And Tyler Vickery spending a lot of time on pit road. What happened there?
I'm guessing he's had a penalty?
Not that long.
Let me go and find out.
Yeah. As Burkhardt stays out, everybody else has dumped it down pit road. So Burkhardt going to be your de facto leader, 27 laps into his stint. Oh?
Unsafe pit entry for Taylor Vickery. That's why he was in pit road for too long.
Oh.
He came in way too hot and just went through the grass and into pit road.
Fair enough.
So, unsafe pit entry for Vickery. Burkhardt in the lead now, but he's just taking a pit side.
Burkhardt getting scored with the lap lead as Hollingsworth inherits the lead, flashes by the start-finish line. So both Sprite machines getting scored with being a lap lead. Will Freeman inheriting 2nd place in his debut race.
Yeah, your biggest mover right now is Kevin O'Brien. He's up into P7 right now. One of the runners-up from last season, from the Indy Classic Series, Mr. Mark Walker, currently sitting in 4th. Had a pretty quiet race so far as Mr. Walker.
So far, so good. And you look who's right behind him. That is the sensational Swede, Marcus Hagman, rocking the Pioneer 15.
That was run by Darren Reinbold, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I thought so. Paige Karam's team.
Yeah, actually. And Marcus at the end of, or towards the end of last season with the Lotus 79s asked me to paint, do that paint scheme for him. I'm like, dude, it's been a while since I've tried to paint one of those things. You might want to contact somebody else. And then I got sick, and he goes, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay.
I made Ruby an IR05 dress. Never mind. Anyway.
By the way, you heard what I referred to the new paint scheme as, right?
Yeah.
We have Ruby and the redheaded stepchild.
Is that the new? Yeah.
But those are yeah. It's the one you did is Ruby. The one I did is the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the battle for fifth really heating up as Kevin O'Brien, Paul Crumry, and Bob Riley throwing his hat into the ring on this one.
Yep.
This battle
really heating up there.
This battle just under 5 seconds off of Marcus Hagman, as Hagman all over the rear wing of Mark Walker right now.
Yep, as we're about to be halfway. So we're coming to the halfway point already. Everybody more strung out than a
frat boy on a bender.
That one, yeah. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. We say it that way, folks, just because we don't want to get sued by referring to different celebrities who you could consider usually strung out.
Yeah.
I actually got yelled at with the last celebrity that I referenced in that. Anywho, Burkhart sitting a lap down as these guys work around him on the outside.
I'm guessing Burkhart must have had a penalty as well if he was the leader going into pit road.
Yes. Brinson got popped for a penalty. Burkhart popped for a penalty. And Tyler Vickery, Road Harden put away wet for a penalty.
And Lodi's still recovering from that spin into pit road.
Yeah, that spin was just... damn. That was a bad one.
He's trying to get his lap back off the other guy that spun into pit road. That's Kieran Bergelli.
Bergelli holding down a strong 10th right now, though.
Yeah.
Take a quick look at our top 10. So we got Jeff Hollingsworth, Will Freeman, Mark Walker, Marcus Hagman, Kevin O'Brien, Paul Crumry, Bob Riley, Nate Siefker, Connor Ojeda, your defending series champion, and Kieran Bergelli, the last one in the top 10, currently slugging it out with 2 lap cars.
Yeah, he's trying to get Lodi to just run in line and work together and try and catch the 9th place driver. That's Mr. Ojeda, who's running behind Nate Siefker right now. Nate's still running with that broken rear wing. I'm not sure why he didn't take a fast repair.
I don't think he realizes that wing is as screwed up as it is. But in the meantime, Lodi and Vickery, that is a battle for position.
It is, yeah. And how must Vickery be feeling right now, having thrown all that away because of basically just going too hot into pit road?
And that's something we keep telling everybody during the hot lap session. Practice your green flag pit entries so you know where you got to jam on the binders so you don't loop it. Meanwhile, Kevin O'Brien is under attack right now from Bob Riley.
Yeah, he just got passed by Paul Crumry as well, so Crumry up into the top 5 now. Riley up to 6th now, and Kevin O'Brien falling back into 7th. It looks like Nate Siefker's starting to reel them in as well, with Connor Ojeda right behind him.
Well, those two worked together before. You know, as a matter of fact, they were kind of an unofficial team the last time we ran the Lotus 79 series. So these two know how to work together.
Yeah, both part of the Nate Siefker 10X Club, obviously.
True story. As checking back with your battle for 3rd, that's Mark Walker in the Harley-Davidson 00, Marcus Hagman in the Pioneer 15. Hagman with a runoff of 2, looking on the low side, thinks better of it, knows that there's still a ton of racing left.
Yeah. We are approaching 50 laps to go here, so this is where they need to start turning up the pressure on the drivers around them now. usually with 50 laps to go, that's when the hard racing starts to go down.
One way to put it, yeah, I'll go with that.
I mean, we're past halfway now, so
we are past halfway. We are closing in on the 2/3 mark.
Very quickly, I might add.
And again, go ahead.
Sorry, we've only been racing for 36 minutes, and we're already past the halfway mark.
Well, it goes back to the quality of drivers that we have here in the ESBN IR05 Series. Is, you know, nobody wants to be that guy right now. Like, yeah, you brought out the first caution. No, nobody wants to be that guy. Everybody, they're racing with, you know, within their means, and there's a lot of give and take. More give than take, which is good to see. Now, granted, if this was Homestead and we're at this point in the race, yeah, they'd probably be trying to kill each other if the point standings were close.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. As Will Freeman is starting to reel in Jeff Hollingsworth. He's taken almost a second off the 97 right now.
Oh, I think Hollingsworth is just kind of in cruise mode right now. He's got no help anywhere around him. And Freeman knows that it's getting near time where he's got to make something happen. So he's got to be within striking distance. And 5 seconds back is not within striking distance. You got to hope for somebody around you to make a mistake at that point.
Yeah, as green flags, the next round of green flag pit stops are starting to begin now. Connor Ojeda just took it pit side as Vickery's in the grass.
Oh, what happened there? Just got it all wrong coming off of 2. And we're going to have to wait to see who won the pool. I think Nate Siefker won the pool.
Lap 75.
I think Nate Siefker won the pool.
Ah. So congratulations to the Nate Siefker Telex Club.
Anyways. We are so going to hell for this.
Yeah, we are. So no contact between Lodi and Vickery, though. That was a very strange one.
No clue. Meanwhile, back up towards the front, Mark Walker still holding down third. Marcus Hagman still just kind of riding right now as they are closing in on, I believe that's defending series champion Connor Ojeda, who lost his dance partner when they went pit side.
That Ojeda just took it pit side, so he's a bit off sequence for these guys. He's about to go. He's already a lap down now. 2 laps down, I mean. He'll get those back once everybody else goes pit side, though, as we are possibly... This is not the money stop. We're going to see one more before this race is over.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh,
the
boy.
caution's out.
Who is it? Who is it?
Oh, it's Matt Burkhart.
What happened with Burkhart? See him coming out of the pits there. Sees traffic's coming, tries to keep it down on the apron, and just unfortunately, around she goes.
Did he reverse it into the wall just then?
He didn't reverse into the wall. It just, as the car was spinning, yeah, he backed it. It did back into the wall.
And amazingly, that is our first caution of the race.
On lap 81.
Yeah.
So those who hadn't pit yet, we're getting ready to. This is basically a free stop for them.
Yeah. As they still will have to make one more stop before this race is over, though. So this is not the money stop.
No, it's not. But with the lucky dog, that's going to put Dave Lodi back on the lead lap.
Yeah, he'll get the lucky dog, Conor Ryder. And one interesting thing to point out, Tony, is that when they go back to green, it will be single file restarts. So
I was going to ask that question, but I didn't want to jinx the field.
So that's going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons. And Hollingsworth must be really pissed right now, having that 4-second lead taken away from him.
Yeah, if I was Hollingsworth, I would be very, very unhappy with my Sprite teammate.
Yeah, so Will Freeman is going to have a chance here to try and take that lead away from Jeff Hollingsworth. He was starting to reel him in before the caution came out. So Freeman has got a fast car underneath him. Now he's within striking distance of Jeff Hollingsworth.
And if you take a look at what else happened under that pit stop, Marcus Hagman was able to get out in front of Mark Walker.
Yeah, so Hagman up to third. Walker dropped to fourth. Crumry now has a chance as well. He's in the top 5 and is able to... he's within striking distance of the rest of the guys in front of him. So everybody all bunched up again, and everybody within a chance of trying to win this race now.
Absolutely is... The two that are probably licking their chops right now, Nate Siefker and Kieran Brigelli, currently sitting 8th and 9th. When we go back to green here, you see there's Brigelli and there's Siefker directly in front of him. You know, those guys were basically, this race was written off for them. Now they've got a legit shot. It all depends on what type of restart they can get.
And Siefker can finally fix his rear wing.
I see that. Well, we're going to take a quick look at our top 10 as we are currently working caution number 1.
Shockingly.
Hey, color me pleasantly surprised. Hollingsworth, Freeman, Hagman, Walker, Crumry, O'Brien, Riley, Siefker, Brigelli, and Just. Hell of a start to the series for Freeman and Just, and yeah. Bob Riley for that matter. You know, you got 3 rookies in the top 10 that, you know, they don't know the rest of these guys from, you know, a bag of hammers. And the fact that everybody's been running so nicely around each other, expect that to go out the window, folks, because it's go time.
Yeah. And this is going to be the first taste of a green single file restart, so going to be interesting to see how they handle this one.
So a few different rules here, single file restarts, and wait till we get to the road courses, ladies and gentlemen. Those are going to be fun too.
Standing starts, yay.
Standing starts at an IR-05. I would rather stick sandpaper up my butt.
Yeah, but those are the rules that are enforced, so they've got to do it.
I'm glad I'm a broadcaster, not a driver.
True. So the trick to these single file restarts, I don't know if I should say this, but outside passes are legal on restarts. So the best trick to do, and we've seen this in the Indy Elite Series, is that you go up to the outside wall as close as you can on the restart so people can't pass you on the outside. That's how you keep your position on the restarts.
However, the problem with doing that, as the lights are out on the pace car, I believe, the problem with doing that, though, is you pick up every marble that's outside of the normal racing groove. As Siefker jumps on the loud pedal, we are back underway. Freeman in tow. Hagman under attack right now from Mark Walker. I believe what's good for the goose is good for the gander, is they also have Paul Crumry in tow with them. So Bob Riley getting a horrid start. As field's starting to get a little bit strung out.
Yeah, Hollingsworth under serious attack though. Freeman wants it. Hollingsworth has it.
And the thing is, we haven't seen the money stop yet. So is Freeman just going to ride and let the money stop fall where it may, or is he going to try to get some a bonus point for leading a lap?
We'll soon find out as we are on lap 88. Expect to see the final stop at around lap 110, possibly. People might try and short pit it to try and make it to the end.
I was going to say that if we do, you're probably not going to see guys take tires, depending on when they come in.
Yeah, look at Hagman. He's caught this top two now.
Hagman, Walker, and Crumry have all caught these guys as they are steadily gapping Nate Siefker, who has gotten around Bob O'Reilly. Karen Bergelli has gone with him. So those two are going to try to work together to reel in these leaders, but they're still just steadily walking away from them.
And Bergelli takes away the position from Siefker.
And Freeman gets it from Hollingsworth. Can he hold it down the back straightaways? Here comes Hagman to the inside of Hollingsworth as well. Hollingsworth's got to be pissed right now.
Yeah, he had a win in the bag almost before that caution came out, and now he's dropped into third place. He's not going to be a happy man behind the wheel of that number 97 Sprite machine.
And Freeman has the lap led, so bonus point for the rookie.
Here we go, battle between 7-Up and Sprite.
Clash of the Kohler cars.
Yeah. Look at this. Throw a blanket over your top five right now. Wow.
Oh, absolutely.
And they are over over a second to the good ahead of Bergelli. These guys in the second pack are fighting between themselves and letting the top five get away. That's not going to help them. Although Bergelli and Siefker are starting to get away from Bob Riley now. And Kevin O'Brien's up to 8th place now.
I see that as
Lodi's up to 9th now.
Riley's fallen back quickly.
Yep. He's fallen into the clutches of Ojeda and Brinson, who are fighting out for that last lucky dog spot.
So yeah, the two orange cars behind Riley, those are a lap down. The next car for position is going to be Just, who is the black car behind Brinson. I'm sorry, behind Ojeda.
And that's a very pretty car that Rolf Just is driving.
Meanwhile, at the front of the field, how about Paul Crumry on a charge right now?
Yeah, he's up to second.
Duking it out with his old number.
Yep. Here comes Hagman again on that outside. Hagman trying to make that outside work. It's not working for him so far. He's still got a wheel alongside him.
It's a little early in the run to be making that second lane really work for you. So what he's doing right now is he's just conserving tires, running that second lane, not really punishing the right front like the guys that are running the low line. As Crumry makes a bid for the lead. Out of turn number 4, and the nose out front coming to the stripe. Give that lap to Crumry. So we have seen all 3 Kohler cars lead a lap tonight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one of them is on the hauler now. Matt Burkhart is out of this event after bringing out the only caution of the night so far. He has left this TeamSpeak service, so we won't be able to get a word with him. But
so 3 retirements so far. Chris Beam was the first one to put it on the hauler. Tyler Vickery on lap 75 put it on the hauler. And Matt Burkhart, who brought out the first caution, has put it on the hauler as well, leaving 14 cars still running.
As the top four, top five, more or less running single file right now. There's only Mark Walker's taking that high line. And it looks like Brigelli and Seifka are starting to reel these guys in now.
Take a quick look at the track temperature. Partly cloudy skies, 69 ambient air temperature, 83 degree track temperature. So track's starting to get a little warm with the sun on it. As we've had 9 lead changes, 27 laps left, make that 26 laps left. And only 1 caution.
Interesting. As here comes Hollingsworth to the inside of Hagman now. Hollingsworth has got to be either conserving tyres or there's something wrong with that car because he's not got the speed to get by Hagman right now.
Well, he's trying to do it on the low line, and they're already past the point where the goodie has burned off your tires. So if you're going to make a pass, it's going to be in that second lane if you're going to do anything. Meanwhile, at the front, Paul Crumry showing the way. Has Will Freeman in tow. 25 laps to go, and we have not seen the money stop yet as they're working 19 laps on this current fuel stint. So you cannot make it from here on fuel.
They cannot. They've got probably another 4 or 5 laps left in their fuel in the tank, so expect them to see them in. Mark Walker calls his pit stop, so we're going to have green flag pit stops now, by the sound of it. Oh, Mark Walker gets the wrong going into pit road. He's going to get a black flag here.
Let's go back and take a quick look there. As, yeah, completely missed the so that's Walker's race done.
Yeah.
Bob Riley going in pit side too. Riley not getting a penalty, but meanwhile, let's go back live at the front of the field.
Oh, Brinson missed his pit road entry.
Hollingsworth working the outside of Freeman right now and making it look easy, getting the outside lane to really start to work.
Yeah, I think he was conserving tyres because now he's on a charge and now he's already up to the back of Paul Crumry as they come down towards the line. They're side by side. That is close now. Hollingsworth on a charge now.
Clash of the Kohler cars it is at the front of the field. 21 laps to go. Hollingsworth had a nose out front. Crumry coming back on him, coming through 3 and 4. Give that lap to Hollingsworth.
33 thousandths of a second, the gap between first and second.
And Mark Walker got spanked on that unsafe pit entry. They held him 50 seconds in his stall.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah, that put him 2 laps down.
And look who's caught the leaders.
Yeah, Brigelli and Seifka, but remember that pit stop has got to come yet, so... Oh! As Freeman gets to the back of Crumry and Brigelli's around as well.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
What
is out.
the heck just happened?
Freeman got into the back of Crumry. I'm not sure what caused that.
Well, Crumry had to chase it up the track because he touched the apron. And just unfortunately, around goes Crumry and Brigelli nowhere to go. Let's see if we can see what the chopper picked up on that one. There you see the wiggle out of Crumry. He's checking up, just chasing it. And yes, you can bump draft in these cars, but you've got to make sure you hit whoever you're hitting square. And that's the result right there is a lot of left side damage for Crumry.
It just looked like that Freeman just had nowhere to go at this point. Wasn't able to react in time.
I don't think he realized what was going on as far as Crumry trying to save the car. I don't think he realized Crumry was off the trigger.
Yeah. Thankfully, Crumry was able to keep it going, and he is bringing it pit side now, able to keep it on the lead lap, but Brigelli also able to get it going again. He is on pit road. That could have ended a lot more worse than it did.
Oh, that could have ended 8 different kinds of poorly.
So these guys will have a chance to get up to the front again. However, they're going to have to start from the back of the field now.
As Hollingsworth winning the battle off pit road, Siefker coming out in second. Dave Lodi.
Oh.
Lodi jumps to third.
Yeah, as Brighelli spun it coming out of pit road.
Not what you want to see.
Yeah, Brighelli's not going to be happy. As Kevin O'Brien gets the lucky dog, so he's going to be on the lead lap again.
I was going to say, that leaves us with 10 cars on the lead lap.
Out of 17 that started, I'll take it.
Actually, that's going to give us 11 cars on the lead lap. As Bob Riley looking to get the wave around, because he had just gone down pit side before the caution came out.
Yeah, Brinson and Ojeda looking for wave arounds as well, so that'll put them
1 lap down and 2 laps down apiece.
Yeah. They'll be hoping for a quick caution.
As we are 16 laps to go, everybody is in the you can make it from here window. As we'll take a quick look at our top 10. Hollingsworth, Siefker, Lodi, Freeman, Hagman, Just, Antonucci, Brighelli, Crumry, and O'Brien. How about this rookie class? You've got Lodi, Freeman, and Just inside the top 6. All 3 rookies.
Yeah, and you got Bob Riley knocking on the door of the top 10 as well. He is a lap down. He's about to get the wave around, so he will be knocking on the door of that top 10. And they're beating the likes of the reigning Indy Classic Series champion, Conor Ojeda, and the reigning Top Fuel racing champion,
Scotty Brinson.
So, and Mark Walker's in that mix as well. So
Walker's in that mix, but take a look at who's sitting 7th place and who's sitting in 10th place right now.
Johnny Antonucci and Kevin O'Brien. 2nd
and 3rd place in last season's points. Really trying to make a statement of, hey guys, this wasn't a fluke. We're here to party.
Yeah, and if anybody knows these cars, it's going to be Johnny Antonucci. Remember, he has raced these cars on a weekly basis, so he knows what they're like and he knows how they run. And it was driving these cars. It was from driving these cars that we gave him the name the Silent Assassin. So
absolutely, and Antonucci, he's one of those guys that he'll sneak up on you and you'll be looking going, where the hell did he come from?
Yep, and it's Rolf Just is one of those guys as well by the looks of things, because where the hell did he come from? He's in 6th place.
I'll tell you where he came from. He didn't take time in qualifying. Because he wasn't sure how this whole thing was going to play out. So, hats off to everybody that's been running tonight. Only 2 cautions, 15 laps to go. Hollingsworth going to have the button as the field worked its way into the 3-4 complex. Nate Siefker, after trouble getting onto pit road during the first set of green flag stops, has rebounded quite nicely, sitting in 2nd right now. Let's see if he's got anything for Hollingsworth. As the pace car makes that hard left turn, Hollingsworth holds him down a little bit, rolls into it as they get into the tri-oval section, and we are back underway. As Lodi already under attack from Freeman as they haul it off into turn number 1. Hollingsworth and Siefker getting a little bit strung out. And how about that gaggle behind him with Hagman leading the way?
Yeah. Like Hagman, Crumry, Just... Brighelli's right there, Antonucci's right there, O'Brien right there too. Now this is what Brighelli and Crumry are going to be looking at. They're going to try and make their way to the front as quickly as possible. Crumry actually under attack, actually trying to get around Rolf Just actually defending very well to stay ahead of the double 8. Has that preferred load line, and he's going to get the position back. Rolf Just back up to 6th place.
Just back up to 6th place. Now sets his sights on trying to get by Marcus Hagman for 5th. As this battle for the lead now starting to heat up. As Siefker with a run going into 1, coming off a 2, not going to make it happen. But Siefker trying to figure out a way to get around Jeff Hollingsworth as we are going to be 11 to go this time across the stripe.
Yeah. Lodi and Freeman right there as well. We could have a debut winner here tonight, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, trust me.
And so if you are Dave Lodi or Will Freeman, that's Sam Cooper Bennett, Cork, Ireland, P.O. Box OU812.
And if you're going to the Indy 500 in May, then you'll find me there if you want to kick me in the nuts.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drivers that are going to want to kick you in the nuts at the Indy 500.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
As a matter of fact, Scott Brinson, that's a great fundraiser for the league. Sell tickets to kick Sam Cooper Bennett in the nuts at the Indy 500.
Oh, damn it, it's going to be a painful weekend.
Wear a cup.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, how about that battle for third? Just slugfest city right now. Lodi and Freeman throwing bombs at each other as Siefker trying to figure out a way to get around Hollingsworth for second. 9 laps to go. Hagman just biding his time, running out of time, though. Going to need to make something happen quick if he wants to get it on the podium.
Yep, Freeman trying that outside line. Hagman right there as well behind them. As look at Crumry, he's starting to make some ground now. He's finally got around Rolf Just. He's now looking at the back of Marcus Hagman.
He's got a hell of a tow right now with all the traffic in front of him.
Wow, look at that run, Alice. He's got Hagman getting forced down to the apron there by Lodi. Crumry looking for some space there, and he's got Just right behind him.
7 to go. Right now. Crumry's on a mission. Again, wants to at least get this season. Oh no! Oh no!
That's Connor Ojeda.
What the heck just happened to Ojeda?
Lost it all by himself. And
ouch.
Arca. Oh no, it was Rolf Just that got him.
I saw that. Let's go take a look at what just saw. Here they are coming off of turn number 2. And parting the season, boom, race car to the face. Ouch.
For those of you that are watching, type F for to pay your respects to Connor Ojeda, who just yeah.
Yeah. Now here's the big question, Sam. Are we actually going to go back to green?
Yes. Because the caution came out with 7 to go, so...
Okay, so we're going to get a 1-lap shootout.
Yeah. And that is going to really aggravate Jeff Hollingsworth.
Well, here's the thing. With Hollingsworth having the button when we go back to green, anytime from the time the pace car clears the racing surface, Hollingsworth can pull the trigger anytime between there and when the green flag comes out. So Siefker's almost got to anticipate to have any shot.
And let's not forget, we've got Will Freeman in 3rd place, man. He's having such a strong run here tonight. He could be one of the guys in line to take the win here tonight. Dave Lodi in 6th place. He fell back a bit just before that caution came out. He could be in with a chance. And Rolf Justice right there as well, despite the damage on his car.
Well, let's talk about damage on the car. Take a look at the front wing on Crumry's car. Looks like he may have caught a piece of that.
I think Rolf Just and Crumry both got it. got a piece of the incident.
Krumrye went one way and just went the other way, it looks like.
Yeah, I thought Krumrye was going to bring a pit road right then, but decided not to. He knows that the race will be going back to green again, and it'll be only a one-lap shootout, so a bit of wing damage won't hurt you too much. Just to get it to the end anyway.
So lights are still on the pace car. Well, let's take a quick rundown of our top 5. As you got Hollingsworth, Siefker, Freeman, Hagman, and Krumrye. It's basically, you're going to have to roll the dice on this restart and pray that you time it right.
Yeah, because if you get it wrong, then your race is going to be pretty much done competitively, because you need to get the absolute perfect start to absolutely be within a chance of getting a win here. And so far, everybody's been able to get the restarts down to a T, so we shouldn't really have to worry about that. So we're going to see an exciting race with these last couple of laps to go.
As coming around for 3 to go. As the lights go out on the pace car, green, white, checker.
Yep.
So once that green flag comes out, next flag ends it. So Hollingsworth gonna need the restart of his career. Siefker gonna need just to gamble and hope he guessed right. And I don't even want to know what you're laughing at because I'm scared to ask.
Kieran Bigelli with his Scott Steiner math.
Scott Steiner math.
Yeah.
Why does that statement terrify me?
Because he said there's going to be a 3-lap shootout when there's only going to be 2 laps.
Yeah.
Does your brain hurt yet?
Yeah, that's definitely Scott Steiner math.
Yeah.
Anywho, field working its way through the 3-4 complex. Pace car getting ready to make that hard left turn. Watch for Hollingsworth. Holds him down a little bit. Gets a little bit of a checkup behind him. Pulls the trigger, and we are back underway. Popsicle sticks are out.
What a restart for Hollingsworth. Nate Siefker could do nothing about it. Will Freeman under attack by Marcus Hagman. And Krumrye getting eaten alive right now with that damage on his car.
Krumrye and Just both just dropping like stones with those front wings just as messed up as they are. Meanwhile, Siefker, Freeman, and Hagman all over the rear wing of Hollingsworth. Final lap. They're going to have one shot to get it done, and Hollingsworth making him do it the hard way. Field working its way through the 3-4 complex. Hollingsworth able to hold on. Siefker for second, and Will Freeman for third. Impressive debut by the rookie.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely awesome race here tonight. As Scott Brinson decided to do a bit of a... I don't know what Scott Brinson was doing there.
What the hell?
Oh, that wasn't Scott Brinson. That was a Hader, I think.
I'm still
that was a Hader.
trying to figure out why... why did that just happen? Not sure what's going on with Bob Riley.
Kevin O'Brien just suicided into the wall.
Well, Bob Riley just clobbered Seifker and Hollingsworth. As we are waiting right now for some of these guys to get into TeamSpeak.
Yeah. We've got drivers in the drivers in the in-game chat saying we should send this off to the iRacing Top 10. As we've got drivers piling into the green room, Tony, I believe.
I'm just waiting to find... There he is. And Sam, I believe you've got the man of the hour right now. I believe Jeff Hollingsworth is joining you as we speak.
Yep, Jeff went for the whole Indy Classic Series without a win through that with the Lotus 79. But first race with the IR05, and you just bring it home to victory lane. How do you feel about that?
Feels good. It was a good race. A lot of fun. A lot of, I mean, the car was very stable, and it was fun.
Yeah, only 3 cautions as well. 3 cautions brought out by incidents that you wouldn't really say were malicious. They were just single car incidents pretty much, but a lot of respectful racing going on out there, and just looks like a lot of fun racing around those 4 corners with that car and everybody else around.
Yes, sir, it was. Found something in the end there. Before that last caution, I held the outside line and was able to pass, and that was the hardest thing. Was we were just kind of in a draft lock there, but when I got on the outside, I learned something. I was going to use it at the end, but didn't have to. But yeah, a lot of give and take. Pit road was the killer of the whole race, I think, for a lot of people.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, having to drop out last in the Lotus 79 series. You're going to be running a full series of the IR05s, I believe, right?
Yes, sir. Running the whole series.
This is the start you wanted, pretty much. Then just starting your season off strong and hopefully getting yourself onto a championship run here this season.
I'm gonna give it a go. I appreciate you hosting this stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, going from one extreme to another. We come from Chicagoland and we head straight to Iowa. Just give us your thoughts going to the short track there next week.
I've never run this car there. I look forward to it. It'll be fun. A lot of tight racing at that track. I'm usually decent there if I don't get wrecked.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, congratulations on getting the win here tonight, bringing it home to victory lane on the inaugural ESBN IR05 Series. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Nate, my teammate, for hanging out with me. He was he's not going to be able to run the whole series, so he was kind of content with running second. I mean, I never told him to finish there or nothing, but he was content. I figured if I did something wrong, he'd get me, but we had a good run there, and thanks to you for putting this on, and thanks for the broadcasters there, Tony up there and everything, and I look forward to the season.
Yeah, and just want to touch on another thing before we let you go then, Jeff. This Wednesday we return to the Top Fuel Racing Series. You're coming to Phoenix on the back of your first win of the season. Just what's your mindset going into the 1 mile oval?
I don't want to correct you, but I'm going to. It's my second one. I won California.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I forgot.
I don't know. Hopefully it's a good, clean race. I've been in touch with Sage on a PM there. Haven't heard nothing back, but I'm going to run clean. I'm going to run like I usually run, so hopefully it'll turn out well.
Sage has been busy running with the big boys in the endurance races, but anyway, Jeff, congratulations one more time, and we'll see you this coming Wednesday at Phoenix.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Tony.
All right. So that would be Jeff Hollingsworth, and I'm reaching out now to Mr. Nate Seifker, first runner-up tonight. Nate, talk us through that first pit stop and the melee that took place.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I was coming in nice and soft and being conservative because, I didn't want to run over Kieran, and I think Kieran messed up his pit, but I didn't want to get run over at the same time, and I got ran over regardless. I think somebody, I'm not even sure who, I think it was Walker, but
Mark Walker, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've been run over coming into pit road here. So if you know what I mean. But I mean, it was yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I went from P13 and I just fought my way back to the field. I mean, I had to work with a couple guys to get there. Worked with Burkhart in that first run, then I worked with Kieran, and then after that first and second pit stop, I still had that damage. I didn't want to fix it in case, there was a crash, and I had to burn my fast repair then. So I just stuck behind Kieran, and he got me to the front, and then it was really easy. I got a good pit stop, came out second, and I'm not probably able to compete this entire season. And Jeff said he is. So really, it wasn't really gonna be. I wasn't really fighting him that hard. If I got a run on him, I was gonna take it. But I was perfectly content with running second place tonight.
Well, it was still an impressive finish. Now, moving forward, Sam, where are we next week?
We're at Iowa.
So, your home track.
And with a sad heart, I have to say that I cannot make it. So it sucks. I'm lucky enough to get Mondays and Wednesdays off for my two other main leagues. And if I have Sundays off, I'll definitely be racing. But, it just doesn't really work out that way. So I was able to come tonight. I switched the shift just so I could be here for the opening race. And I'm pretty pleased with the results of that. So I'm okay with a second place tonight. I'll take it. But, it could have been really a lot more, but it's whatever.
Well, then, right, moving forward, you're going to be there on Wednesday night when the Top Fuel Racing Series goes to Phoenix.
Yep, I switched the shift so I could make that race. So I'll be there for that race, and hopefully need to start practicing for that. It should be an interesting racetrack to be at. But I think what was I thinking of? Sebring, he's got the setup in the box for that, and that setup is gonna be that race is gonna be a hoots fest because it's a tough setup. So hopefully the next 2 weeks go pretty smoothly. I think I have a good chance to still do really well in that championship, and hopefully we continue to progress and do well.
Well, Nate, again, congratulations on the podium tonight. Again, I know it's not the finish you were looking for. Now, did you realize that your wing was as damaged as it was for as long as it was?
I knew it was bent up, and at first I thought it was gonna just take it because I knew in the forums they said that the patch that came out, I think it was Tuesday, that in the all Dallara cars that repairs your wing after the jacks went down, and it told me I had optional damage, so I thought that's what it was. But I think between the second and the third pit stop, someone told me I still had the damage, and so I moved a mirror around that you can move around, and I saw it, and I knew it was damaged, but I didn't really see the drop off in the times. I mean, it was hanging with the front pack, although Kieran was catching me, so I kind of didn't think it was worth it. So I just hung on with it, and that last pit stop I finally took it because if I burn it, I burn it. So I knew it was damaged. I didn't think it was affected my lap times that bad, but it's all right, I guess. I hung on and didn't have to use. I didn't get caught up in any other things. Like would have been fine if I used the fast repair, but I probably would have been in the same spot tonight anyway if I had took it earlier. So it's all right.
All right. Well, Nate, looking forward to seeing you Wednesday night. Disappointed that we're not going to see you at Iowa next week, but congratulations on the podium tonight.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
And that was Nate Siefker, and I believe Sam is with our third place finisher, the rookie, Mr. Will Freeman.
Yeah, ESBN driver of the night, Mr. Will Freeman. Will, making your debut with the league and with the series as well tonight. Coming home on the podium, you've got to be happy with that, right?
Oh, how could you not be? A great group of guys here. There's a lot of fast guys. I just want to give a shout out to number 97, Jeff. Man, that guy, he's fast. Nate driving with damage like he did to catch up and take second. Big props to those guys.
Absolutely. Just talk us through your race there. I mean, it looked like you were having fun for the most of it. Running up the front and, the top half of the top 10 for the most part. Just describe how the car was feeling and how do you think it went for you tonight? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty new to the league. Obviously, this is my first race, so I don't know who's making the setups. But man, they did a great job. This car was on rails, and it controlled well in the draft. My mission was to stay in a position where I can be there to strike at the end. My goal at first was just to finish top 5. That was gonna be great. Then I found myself in second, kept moving up, found myself in the lead. I'm like, man, this is awesome. And the caution came out, and that ruined everything for me. But man, I can't be more happy with third place, man. This is fantastic.
Yeah. No, I made it.
Bang up job, Sam.
Thank you. But yeah, impressive first showing here tonight. You really turned a few heads tonight. Both you and David Lodi and Rolf Just here tonight. The 3 debutants out of the 4 really turned into some heads. Actually, Bob Riley was in the top 10 as well, so we've got to give a shout out to him as well. But yeah, really putting on a hell of a show here tonight. Looking ahead to next week, we head to the short track, so we're going from one extreme to another. We go to Iowa. What are your thoughts going into that race under the lights?
Well, I'll tell you what, I will make sure I will be here for that race because that is a home track for me. I went to the University of Iowa, so that one's going to mean a lot to me. So I'm going to put my head down, and I'm going to go for the win there. I'm going to drive hopefully half as well as I did tonight, put myself in a chance to win it, and hopefully we come out on top.
Absolutely. And, well, congratulations. Well, you did get the ESBN Driver of the Night award as well. It's not really anything... You don't get any money, it's just ceremonial. But anyway... congratulations, ESBN Driver of the Night. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to for tonight's result?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Dave Weisbeck. He helped me out through the race. Basically kept an eye on my fuel situations, coached me through the race, and my teammates over at Black Eagle Racing, Dominic, Jason, all you guys, Ty, Dan, love you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You guys need to come join us next week.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll do what I can. A lot of those guys are in England, but I'll try to get the U.S. guys in.
I'm in Ireland, dude.
Okay, well then they don't have a damn excuse, do they?
No, they don't. But anyway, well, congratulations one more time, and we'll see you next week at Iowa.
Absolutely, guys. You guys have a good night, all right?
Thank you.
Well, Sam, it was a very productive evening. Saw a lot of promising aspects coming into the new season, coming into the new car. A lot of familiar faces making the return. A lot of new faces being impressive while we were at it.
Yeah, Will Freeman, David Lodi, Bob Riley, and Rolf Just, all 4 of them finishing in the top 10 there. Very impressive first start. Beating the likes of Paul Crumroy, Scott Brinson, Mark Walker, and reigning Lotus 79 champion Conor Hayder. Really turning some heads here tonight, so really impressive to see how they managed to stick it to the big boys basically here tonight.
And Hollingsworth, making his return to the ESBN Retro Series races, kind of, I dare say, picking up where he left off, but we didn't really get to see him put one in victory lane the last time he ran with us. However, he was knocking on that door, and kind of beating it down, and just walked away with it tonight.
Yeah, he basically drop kicked the door down this time round.
Most laps led Hollingsworth.
Yeah, just absolutely dominant here tonight. Unfortunately, the gap between himself and Sivka was 58 thousandths of a second in the end, but that was owing to a late caution. But Jeff, he's finally got the monkey off his back. He's finally got that win in the bag with this league. So you've got to expect him to be running very strong this season, and he's going to be going into Iowa with a lot of confidence.
Absolutely. And you take a look at some of the names that we saw last season. Marcus Hagman, another top 5 finish for the sensational Swede. I think he's only had one finish outside of the top 5 since he joined the league.
His last retirement was actually at this track in the Lotus 79. That's impressive.
Very much so. Good to see Karen Bergelli back. Johnny Antonucci putting one in the top 10. So a lot of promise, coming into the new season. I know, again, heartbreak for Paul Crumrye, not the finish he was hoping for. But all in all, you gotta, you kind of gotta give props that he was able to maintain it on the lead lap. He finished the race. Yes, he did have some damage, but he still finished the race. So baby steps, and that's a good sign moving forward for Krumrie.
Yeah, but the bad luck just keeps continuing. He keeps knocking on the door for those wins, but the bad luck strikes again, and he just has it taken away from him. And even this time, knocks him out of the top 10. He's just not got luck on his side right now when it comes to trying to get that win.
There's still plenty of time left in the season, and I'm going to make a prediction. You're going to see him running towards the front next week at Iowa.
Yeah. As he has got a win at Iowa in the Top Fuel Racing Series, so
exactly.
He knows how to get it done around there, so expect him to be running strong there next week. Expect all of these guys, and we should be seeing a couple of drivers returning next week. James Bunt's looking to return as well. He's trying to get his internet fixed, I think.
Well, he just got the new computer delivered this past weekend.
Yeah, so he is going to be looking to get that done. He's just... Sorry.
I was just going to say, quick rundown of what we just saw. 12 lead changes among 7 drivers, 3 cautions, and just it was an amazing race, all in all. Two rounds of green flag pit stops at Chicagoland.
Yeah. With how difficult it is to get into that pit road, we saw that in the opening pit stop. How difficult it is to get in there, and for them to complete 2 green flag runs with that difficult pit entry, it's just so impressive. I'm very proud of these guys.
Oh, very much so, very much so. So, the only thing that's left to do is just to run down to the unofficial results right now. Hollingsworth coming home with the inaugural victory. Seifker hanging on for second. Freeman for third. Hagman for fourth. 5th place going to Dave Lodi. Karen Bergelli able to rebound for 6th after that horrid pit entry. Almost put him a lap down after the first round of pit stops. And Johnny Antonucci coming home in 7th. Sam?
8th was Bob Riley. 9th was Kevin O'Brien. And on his debut, finishing in the top 10, was Rolf Just. 11th was Paul Krumrie. 12th, a disappointing first race of the season for Scott Brinton after that penalty. He's in 12th. Mark Walker, another man that suffered a penalty, he's in 13th. Reigning Lotus 79 champion Conrad Hayder having the only, thank God this is a simulator moment here tonight. He is 14th. Matt Burkhardt 15th, bringing out the first caution tonight. Tyler Vickery coming home in 16th. And Chris Bean, the first driver to put it on the hauler, he is in P17.
So that is going to do it for us here tonight. Again, congratulations to Jeff Hollingsworth coming home with the victory. Looking forward to the rest of the week. Sam, I believe we are at Pocono on Tuesday with the Indy Elite Series.
Yeah.
Phoenix on Wednesday. And Daytona on Thursday.
No, we are not at Daytona on Thursday. We are actually off with Somo that week, and they are resuming action when they go to Daytona on the 21st.
Okay. Then we will be at Daytona on Saturday.
Yep, the opening round of the NASCAR Online Racing Series. The K&N cars will be returning, and it's going to be great to see those guys. Yeah, we didn't have they ran the Clash yesterday. Well, they didn't run the Clash yesterday.
No, they didn't. They opened it up to anybody because they just, for some reason, and I am still trying to figure out why, only had 7 cars show up for the Clash.
Which is pretty disappointing, to be fair. So
yeah, when they were expecting 17, I believe.
Yeah, so that's pretty very disappointing, but surely they will pick it up as when we get to Daytona next week. So definitely going to be looking forward to that one. And then Sunday we're back with the IR05s at Iowa.
Interested to see what you can come up with for a setup at Iowa, because I remember the last time I had to try to set this car up or help set this car up. I was about ready to pull my hair out just trying to get this thing to work around that place. So it's going to be real interesting to see what you can come up with for a setup for next week.
I'm still shocked that I'm able to do it. So
hell of a set, my friend. Hell of a set. Anyways, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, congratulations going out to Jeff Hollingsworth for coming home with the victory. For Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, this is Tony Trapasso saying we will see you next time. In the interim, keep it clean, keep it green, and don't let your meatloaf, folks.
Good night, everyone.